Hi, millennials. Today we're going to talk about leadership. To be clear, when I say leader, I don't necessarily mean the boss at work. I think we all know that just because someone is technically your superior does not necessarily mean that they are leaders. Just the same, there are a lot of people who are not in technically leadership positions or management roles who are leaders and demonstrate leadership skills. Let's talk about what leadership really is. I like this definition of leadership from Forbes. It reads, leadership is a process of social influence which maximizes the efforts of others towards the achievement of a goal. Why do I like this? For one, it doesn't mention power or authority, which, as I just mentioned, has nothing to do with actual leadership. There's also no mention of traits or characteristics because leadership is a skill and it can be learned and it can be developed over time. Now that we've defined leadership, let's get right to what it means to be a good leader and what some of the skills are that good leaders demonstrate. The first skill that we'll talk about is empathy. Good leaders are empathetic. That doesn't mean that they absorb everybody's problems and that they try to solve everybody's problems. But when someone comes up to them with a concern, they try to understand it. They genuinely care to help that person. They're able to put themselves in that person's shoes, even if they've never been in that situation, and give them an ear that will listen and give them the motivation to get through whatever it is that they're getting through. Good leaders also listen before they speak, and they listen more than they speak. A lot of times when we're in conversation with someone, we are not necessarily listening intently to what they're saying. We're more thinking about what it is that we're going to respond with. And in our quest to find a response to whatever it is that person's saying, oftentimes we don't even listen to what they're saying. That's not something that good leaders do. What they do is when someone is speaking to them or approaching them for whatever reason, they listen to understand. They seek to understand before they respond. And by doing this, they allow the other person to feel fully heard and they're able to come up with more creative solutions as a team or help that person that's approaching them or people come up with creative solutions. And that's because they're genuinely interested in learning, which brings me to the next skill. Good leaders never stop learning. They know the power and importance of education and knowledge. So good leaders read, good leaders watch videos that are going to help them progress. They're going to do whatever they need to do to continue their education, either formally or informally, because they know that once you stop learning, you're no longer living. Good leaders are also open-minded to the ideas of others. Good leaders know that doing this is what helps empower people and what helps them do better and continue to grow. And if you are a true leader, what you really want is for the people who you are guiding through whatever to be the absolute best version of themselves that they can be because you believe in them. But it doesn't stop there, because when good leaders accept ideas and accept solutions from other people, they give those people credit. That is a huge piece of good leadership. There's enough for everybody, guys. There's enough for all of us to be successful and to be thriving in our environment. So as a good leader, you understand that and you want to help the people that you are working with get to a place of happiness and contentment with their growth. And you're going to be able to do that by giving them credit where credit is due. And the last skill that I'll mention is that good leaders understand and let their people know that they are also part of the team. They are pulling weight on the team just like everyone else. And when I say this, as I say it, I think of this image that I've seen a lot over the years in my career and also as a student. And it's about leadership. And I'll put it right here. But it's basically showing you how a good leader is someone who is pulling with the team, not just sitting around spitting out orders for people to follow. Now I'll turn it over to Diane, who also has leadership experience and who's actually in a leadership role right now in her business. She wants to share with you some of the things that work for her and some of the things that have helped her and her team grow as she's been in this leadership role.
Hi, millennials. How to be a good leader and leadership skills overall is such an important topic to talk about, and I'm so excited to share out the things that work for me. Like Lorena mentioned, I do have a business where I have to be a leader to a group of men and women that I work with. So here is my daily routine and what I do constantly. Before I talk to anyone on my team, I make sure that I'm pouring into myself with personal development. During this time, I'm looking for things that stand out to me, whether it's a quote or a picture, or if I listen to a podcast, something that just really stands out. This brings me to my first topic, is bringing value to others. This is what it looks like in my business. I have a group chat with everyone that I work with, and the first thing that I do is I like to think that I wake them up. I say good morning. Then we move into gratitude. I share the things that I'm grateful for, and they go ahead and share the things that they're grateful for. There's so many things to be thankful for, and I want to make sure that they're able to express that. If you do not have gratitude in your group chats, make sure that you try it out. You're going to see it's going to be a game changer. Then comes bringing the value piece. I share out that quote or that picture, or I tell them, listen to this podcast, because I want to motivate them, empower them, and uplift them. You're going to see that when they feel motivated, that they're going to want to work more, they're going to want to work better, they're going to be happier to be working with you. The next thing I do is I develop leaders. So how do I develop leaders? Well, besides bringing value to them, I make the process of being a leader so seamless and so duplicatable that I am constantly inspiring them to want to become a leader. So they look up to me and they say, if she can do it, I can do it too. Maybe they don't want to become a full leader, but you want to always be developing people, because maybe one day they'll want to be a leader, or maybe they'll just say, I can do it. Like, I feel very motivated by my leader, that I know that if I wanted to be a leader, I can become a leader. My next point is to lead them in a way that they learn best. I read a book on different personalities, and when I talk to certain people, I make sure that I'm talking to them in the best way that they're going to receive information, and that they're able to communicate and put into practice whatever it is that I'm telling them. You cannot treat everyone the same. Everyone just has different ways of learning, and you're going to see that it's going to be better if you just communicate with them in the way that their personality is, or how they are. They're going to be just more joyful to know that you, as their leader, is taking the time to learn how they operate, how they work, and that they're able to really understand what you're trying to tell them. And my last point that I want to bring up as a good leader is you want to be willing to make mistakes, right? We're not all perfect. We're all humans. And if you are okay knowing that you are going to fail, that you're not always going to be right, but you're willing to accept criticism from others, you're going to see it's just going to make you a better overall leader. You're probably going to put all these things into practice, and maybe you're not going to get it right. You're going to fail. You're going to make a mistake. But as long as you do not give up, then you're going to be such a better leader. So just be open to having to do it over and over and over until you get it right. Then it's going to be so much better. So I hope that my tips and tricks are helpful to you, and I'm excited to see if they're able to work for you as well.
Those are just some skills that you'll find in good leaders. There are a plethora of skills that good leaders possess and that they demonstrate. If you're striving to become a good leader or to become a better leader, you can use this as a starting point for your checklist to see where you're at and how you can improve. Thank you guys for watching. There are a lot of ways that you can spend your precious time, and spending it with us means so much to us. If you have any questions about this video, or if you have any additional tips that you'd like to share with us, life experiences that you've learned from that might help other people watching, please share them with us. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.